Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Marauders, issue number 12. She's back. Okay, I got that out of the way, and now let's talk about the book. First, let's talk about who made the book. So, Jerry Dugan is the writer, and Manny O'Lally is the artist. Edgar Delgado is the color artist, and VC's Corey Petit does the letters. Tom Mueller does the design. Russell Dauterman and Matthew Wilson do the cover art. Anthony Gambino does the production. Head of X is still Jonathan Hickman, and this is issue 12, The New Phase. Hey, after that actually comes at the end of the book, telling you who made the book. Don't forget to turn the page, because there is still one more page that actually tells you what happened to Jumbo Carnation in his letter to Emma. Anyway, so Kitty is back. She's talking to everybody, and she's meeting up with old friends. Rachel kind of peeks in and out. That's Prestige, is what she's called now. She used to be the Phoenix, her old, friend from the Excalibur days. Not Megan, the other one, the red dominatrix suit. Anyhow, meets up with Nightcrawler, meets up with Emma, of course, and meets up with just everybody. She meets up with freaking everybody, all right? Ileana, there we go. I was trying to think, she called her Yana. There we go. Anyway, so, freaking, yeah. Who also shows up at the party? Ooh, Logan, which was, to me, very important. If you have a whole bunch of people who she's friends with who show up, and Logan doesn't show up and say something smart aleck, but still show a little bit of love and appreciation, then I'm not going to be very happy, So, there's that. I do wish there was more there, but whatever. Everybody just forgets those 6 issues of Kitty Pryde Wolverine. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why, but it is what it is. Shaw also shows up. This is probably the most important part there, because Shaw is smart. Now, of course, Emma should be smarter, right? But Shaw is still ridiculously smart. Here's a big party. We're out in the public in the open and all that stuff, so I'm going to show up here because there's a much smaller chance of her doing something to me if this is done out in public. That's if she even somehow remembers. But he's expecting that nobody knows. He covered all of his bases. He didn't expect that Lockheed was going to survive. So, yeah, he shows up and she acts like she doesn't know anything that's going on. Now, meanwhile, she and Emma have already thought up a plan to get back at Shaw, but we don't actually find out what that plan is. That's forthcoming, I'm sure. And this is also where she gets her tattoo. So the first page on this comic book is actually also, I'm going to show you the last page on the comic book, because it's not really that freaking special. It's this pretty much the same picture, just drawn by Delgado instead of, Lolly instead of Lolly and, oh, for crying out loud, anyway, you know what's up. Instead of the cover artist Dauterman. So, yeah. I want to point out something. Delgado and Wilson did the covers, the colors on this comic book. Delgado did the inside colors and the outside colors by Dauterman. Oh, for crying out loud, Wilson. I find that the colors in these X-Men books are mostly what's saving the art in these X-Men books. So, real talk. The pencils didn't do anything for me. On the cover, not too shabby, But inside, the art was, to me, it ranged from decent to terrible. I'm sorry. What the hell am I looking at here? I understand what the artist was trying to do, trying to show a bottom towards the top image, like our point of view is actually down here for some reason. I get it, I understand, but this looks like, what's her name? Kamala Khan, the current Ms. Marvel, trying to do her embiggen thing, and she makes her legs taller so she could see over top of the freaking building or something. I mean, it doesn't look right. It simply doesn't look right. There's a character called Shape in the Marvel Universe that this is what this reminds me of, We got a new costume, another new costume for Emma. It doesn't look bad, it's just it's not drawn well. You kind of get what I'm saying? I like the design. I don't like the application of the design. It's more than just that image. That's just a really easy, obvious, evident one to point at. I feel like these comic books are being pushed out so many, so fast, so rapidly. Boom, 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 boom. That it's like they're taking their time with, Hickman saying, okay, I need such and such and such to happen, so make that happen. I need this to happen, so make that happen. Okay, I'm trying to get to this point. Do you think you could round around like 6 issues and make that happen and do whatever you need to do until that happens? Yeah. And he's dealing with the writers. And it's just, okay, artists, do your job. But you've got like 4 days. That's what it feels like to me. Like all the time is being spent in the writer's room, and there's very little time left because there are time limits. Very little time left for the pencilers. So I feel like they're hiring some of the best colorists in order to keep these books going. Yeah. When the art starts to suffer, Marvel, even if the story is okay, that's how you went bankrupt the first time, right? Bro, comic books are teetering on a very precarious precipice. And you gotta pay attention to that. Like, the business needs to pay attention to that. The industry could just pretty much go bust. I feel like more and more people are just so dissatisfied with what they're reading in the comic books lately that it's pitiful. And if you can make the art go also, the only thing that separates this from novels is the art. And newsflash, Marvel has a lot of writers writing for novels right now. There's 2 coming out this month, 2 coming out next month. Next month there's going to be a Doctor Doom one coming out. You don't think I'm going to read that? Meanwhile, there's also Domino and the Warriors 3 coming out this month, I believe. I forget what the other one is coming out next month. But I mean, like, and DC too, they're putting out kids' novels and whatever. Like, are we losing the way of the comic book and we're just going into full novelization at this point? Leave it to the movies and the TV shows? Because that could happen. And I think right now with Marvel, the key is with the artists. DC, it's with the writers. The art's great. Maybe they should buy each other out. I don't know, man. I think that they need to pick things up a little bit. I genuinely think that they need to. Anyway, guys, that's all that I've got to say about this. Watch an ad, like the video, and talk to you guys later. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.